Hey.
Hey.
Oh man, this is really gonna throw me off the sound thing. Hey everybody, this is shoot. Sorry. Welcome to the new live stream of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we're trying to work out a new everything. And so this is my amazing and talented and charismatic wife, Dinora Walcott.
Hello, everybody.
And she is also a lifelong Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan.
Absolutely.
So no better than to chat and to start off all of this with this subject with this lady.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. So we're just gonna kind of chat and then check out people's comments along the way while I work on an image.
Yay! I'm excited to see what you do.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I mean, when am I not? What I realized, though, is I don't have a TMNT shirt, and that was really upsetting. I kind of wish I had a T-shirt to wear today.
You can't even see his shirt.
My shirt? Oh, I can pretend it's TMNT, but it's actually Star Wars.
Let me see if I can even. Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, that makes me low enough where my feedback on my own voice isn't too distracting.
Oh, okay. No, you sound great on this end.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So this is our first go at this, and so we don't quite have a solid format down just yet. But what we do have is a singular thing that we want to talk about, and so I say we just do that. And when you guys want to jump in, feel free. There's not going to be a shortage of technical.
Wait, let me say something.
Oops.
Oh,
hello?
You went. Okay, now you're back. Okay. There we
go. I just didn't bother plugging in the mic.
Okay.
We were just winging it with the phone. Oh, that actually sounds way better. Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm looking around and I'm like, oh, that cord isn't plugged into the phone at all. So now we know we need a checklist before going live.
That makes sense.
That's the nice part about it being like fledgling, lots of learning.
Keep us on our toes.
So Turtles was one of the first like pop culture-y things that you referenced when we started dating.
Was it really?
Yes, you're dating somebody that draws comics and stuff like that, and you mentioned two things. You mentioned the Batman animated series.
Oh yeah.
And you mentioned loving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Every time I would mention Kevin Eastman or that I knew him, you would get feisty.
And still never introduced. But we don't have to dress that up. We don't have to do that here. We can.
So what version, like where did you jump in on them and why did you jump in on them?
Oh man. Well, I've always loved cartoons. I've always loved action. When I was really little, I was watching G.I. Joes, He-Man, She-Ra. Just it's fun. It's fantasy. It's silly and ridiculous. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came in, and it was all of a sudden like they're using silly slang. And they're teenagers, but they're battling adults. Like it was just like, what is this? What is this thing? And they're all mutants. Okay, I'm on board. Everybody, their dad's a rat. Sure, why not? You just go with it. The world was created so perfectly to me. Um, it made sense, and I've never.
How old were you?
Oh man, honestly, I don't know. I would say, well, you know what? I've got a computer in front of me. I wonder when my edition that I fell in love with came out. Let's check that out. I want to say I was like 8 or 9.
All right. It's interesting that even though there's only like what 5 years between us on age,
Yeah.
that's just enough time for us to have completely different introductions to these guys.
Because you came in with the comics, right?
Yeah. Like we were literally one of those guys. I was buying the book, but I was still laughing at the title. Like that's a lot of words.
I didn't think about that. It's a lot of words.
And there was there were like books that were trying to like jump on that bandwagon.
Really?
So and I'm not going to remember a single title, but for a little while there was a lot of independent books that had like multiple word mutated rats or ducks or whatever. Like it was
but
like it was like a thing to try to get onto.
That lightning is not going to strike twice.
They're like, you know what it is.
We need more
it's
words.
All the words. People just like those confounding words. There's nothing special about the actual book and story.
Middle-aged mutant samurai giraffes is not going to have the same effect as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Trademark Studio JSA. We're going to make this book.
You have to draw that next.
Right. I have to draw something right now because I am just slacking. So did you find out your age?
So I was 7.
7.
Yep. I was 7 years old.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Should have not been exposed to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I was.
Right. You've mentioned some of the things in the early comics.
Yeah, there's like language. It's adult. It's violent. It's black and white. It's a great indie book. The 80s and 90s were crazy. Like,
absolutely,
things got cartoons and action figure lines that should not have gotten cartoons and action figure lines.
Like what?
Toxic Avenger.
Oh yeah.
It got both a Saturday morning cartoon and toys. Later, Starship Troopers, an incredibly violent, and then you could.
Yeah. They
had cartoons and they had toys.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But it's really
they
smart.
Just adjusted and been like, you know what, this is what's popular. It doesn't matter if it's horrible or not.
But we were also allowed to watch stuff that now we don't show our kids because we're like, oh, 80s and 90s. Yikes, everybody. Why were we looking at this? Like, just the amount of like people being blown to smithereens that I've seen over the years as a child. And it was just like, oh, that's what happens in movies.
Well, I think I see that as like, we were at the tail end of this kind of generational thing of where adults were writing stuff for kids, but they didn't really know or think about that it was for kids. All the Disney stuff, like there was some dark stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And Looney Tunes. It was nothing for me to see, when the whole frog thing,
Michigan J.
to
Frog.
Get people into the theater, you put up a sign that said free cold beer. And then everybody rushed into the theater.
Yep.
I was a kid. I didn't think anything about it. They were smoking cigarettes in these cartoons.
But everybody was smoking cigarettes then.
Yeah.
That wasn't even.
But but you see like the free cold beer thing, like that's not a joke at all for kids. But they had gotten already a lot of stuff right. I feel like, that was like the last generation that was still adults kind of writing for kids. And now we have actual writing for kids.
Right. It's like, oh, we'll write this thing because kids will might happen to be there. But now we're writing things specifically with children in mind.
Kids might happen to be in the house.
Yeah. But I feel like they were also, speaking of Looney Tunes, they were also really good at giving jokes to both kids and adults. Because the things that were, like you said, the beer, like the things that were meant for the adults, I didn't even clock into until I was much older.
Right.
A certain language, certain references in kids' cartoons back in the day that just went right over my head. But now, I'm like, oh, that's what that meant, or oh, that's what that song reference was, or
yeah, there was a lot of that. And
now we have warnings at the beginning of shows and movies, like characters will smoke in this episode. Watch out. Some of it's too much. Like, come on. It's smoking.
So what was it? What year was that? So was it like the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon?
I do.
Was that the
so
iteration you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it was the first one to me. Let's see if that's accurate. I do believe so. Yeah.
Nice.
Cam Clark, Barry Gordon. Can I read the description on IMDb?
Yes.
The pizza-loving, shell-busting mutant turtles, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, with the guidance of their sensei, Master Splinter, face fierce enemies, save humanity from extinction. This is way more epic than what I remember it being. That's so funny. Oh, and then that's it. They don't give me anything else. And save humanity from extinction.
Save humanity from extinction. Oh, yeah, the disgusting alien thing.
The brain?
The Krang.
Krang.
It's Krang.
The Krang. It was gross. It was so gross looking.
Yeah, he wins. And seriously, like that was just one of the most disgusting character designs ever.
I feel like you would have designed something like that.
I would have loved to have designed it.
That's what you should draw next. Krang. No, I don't want to see it. Actually, no. I take that back. Don't do it. Forget it. Delete. Don't. Just cut that part out.
Excuse me.
Can I admit something to you, though?
Yep. Give me.
I've never memorized which turtle is which all these years.
Oh, their colors?
Yeah. Yeah. My brain is just like, I can memorize lyrics to pretty much any song within moments, but for some reason it hasn't stuck.
Here's a question.
Okay.
Then have you memorized them by their weapons?
No. Oh, no. Not at all. Not at all.
Uh-huh.
I just love them as a collective, and I'll watch anything that they appear on, any screen. I don't know why. Now that I think about it, I don't know why that has never stuck for me. Do you know them by their colors and their weapons?
No, I do not. It was just fun giving you a hard time.
That's so mean. That's so rude.
No, I've never been able to remember.
Now I feel like I have to. I feel like it's something I should do.
That is a bizarre thing.
There was some kind of block.
Kind of alphabetical block.
Oh.
A, D, H, D.
It could have something to do with my ADHD. It's true. It's true. Remember other things about them.
I'm doing bad things and changing. Okay, go ahead.
I love it. It's looking great from here. I was going to ask, what is your favorite iteration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I think I know the answer, but I'm curious.
I was quite surprised at it, but it's the newest one. Not the newest one. The newest theatrical one. because there's a
yes,
new.
not the new series.
Well, you know what? The new series actually is the same turtles, the same kids, just the animation style. So no, yeah, the current iteration is my favorite.
Even the series.
No, the series, there was probably 1 or 2 back, where it's all CG. But
The one
yeah,
that
the style is very cool. Like
the
I
one
even
that
bought.
Rhea was watching?
Huh?
The one that Rhea was into for a little while?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That one got a little creepy for me at times.
Yeah, no, it helped me like it.
You're like the
Here's me
grosser,
remembering
the
they only
better.
got 2 fingers.
Were you about to give him a human hand?
I was thinking I was going to give him 3.
Let me pull up the most recent one. I think Post Malone did a voice in the newest one.
Really?
I like him. I feel like an old lady. I like that Post Malone. He's a good kid. Nice young man, seems to be. Who are you drawing there now?
Raphael. I didn't just look up to see
I was
his
about
name.
to say, well, you really did memorize it. No? Okay. We're still on the same page.
Still on the same. I printed it out really light.
So then you get to play more.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Express yourself. Let's see.
I'm just gonna now get some faces and hands, and then I'll jump in on the
On the
right
what?
now. I'm just trying to knock these guys in. It fell back there.
You got ghosts. We all saw it.
Shut your goddamn mouth. You don't talk about those ghosts.
I mean, we didn't see the ghost. We saw what it did.
Joe's the ghost.
Hi, Joe.
And so if I can hear me better than I can Joe in the other.
Oh, I didn't hear Joe at all.
I heard him a little bit, but yeah, we got to fix this next week.
It's our first time.
Yeah.
It's like doing improv.
Because that's basically it then. For your comic book culture-y thing, it's been the animated series of Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then comic book wise, we got into Saga together.
Yes. So I really wasn't into any comics besides Archie comics before you and I started dating.
You read them?
And Archie comics?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Archie. But that was I think because it was always at the grocery store. So whenever I would go shopping with my mom, the Archie comics were right at the register. So it was just easy to be like, oh, we're here another week. Let me grab another Archie comic. And then I got frustrated because so many of my guy friends I found out had been into comics, but never in our entire friendship ever had any of them said, hey, you might like this comic book. I read this comic book. Never. And then once you and I started dating, they were like, oh yeah, he does comics. Oh yeah, I love this comic and that comic. I've been reading this for years. And I was like, wait, hold on a minute. But what is this? Is this sexism? Is that what this is? You thought a girl wouldn't like comics? What's going on here?
Historically, we don't feel they've been drawn to comics.
I mean, but
honestly, that was probably just intimidated by girls. I do like yeah, I mean, even if girls, I mean, I'm assuming, no, I feel like the comics, especially American comics, really started off in that very masculine, just superhero-y thing. So it probably didn't even appeal to a lot of female audience until the stories started getting better and more elaborate and inclusive.
Yeah, that's true. But
Because it was just tits and ass and muscles for a very long time.
I mean, listen, women like that stuff too. Okay.
It was like only tits and ass and muscles for a very long time.
Okay, that's
I mean,
fair.
For the most
Yeah.
mainstream.
No, I remember even my cousins were always into comics, and whenever I would go visit them, I would draw He-Man with them. I would draw like whatever it was they were looking at and drawing, I would sit and draw with them, and it was great. But maybe you're right. It didn't necessarily appeal to me enough to say, "Oh, I want to own this comic. I want to go buy that. I want to read more of this." It was just a fun thing to do with my cousins.
Yeah. What drew you to this other than its accessibility? What drew you to Archie?
Teenagers. Also, it was like, reading about teenagers doing things and having, kind of like, how are they going to solve this problem? What's going to happen with Betty? Is it going to be Betty or Veronica? Is it gonna, like just nonsense drama that was easy for my little brain, who at that point was, having crushes on boys and, elementary school drama. So it was kind of neat to see it a little bit reflected in comic books.
Huh?
Yeah.
Another, I never read. I just assumed that I had no interest. I don't even care about looking at what it was.
Oh, I can imagine. You wouldn't even notice an Archie comic.
Because, I had, what was it? The little strips or.
No, that's
books. Bazooka Joe.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about Bazooka Joe. That was fun too. No, but I didn't get into comics until you and I got together, and then Saga really did stand out to me. Not only the story, but then do you remember that cover that looked like me and Rhea?
Yeah.
Like that, I was hooked after that. I was like, this is like me and my baby. I need to read more of this. What is this? And then it was good. And then, he does such a great job with cliffhangers.
Yeah.
In Saga.
You got that down.
I was hooked.
I love Saga, but yeah, you get to those points where like you're reading the story and having a good time, and then all of a sudden the mood shifts and then that narration starts again, and you're like, oh shit.
Yep, like, oh no.
Someone's gonna die.
Thought everything was going great. This was the only break I got? Okay.
It was like, oh no, she's talking, she's gonna say something terrible.
Yep. Or someone's gonna say something really moving, and then that's it. That's the last thing you're gonna hear from them. Good day to you, character.
Right, it just ends with like, I miss being loved.
Yeah,
that's it.
Like, oh no.
Like, I got a whole month to feel like this. Damn it, Brian.
It's so true. You're just left there. You just gotta wait. Wait.
That's what I want to do with people.
You do. You're great at storytelling. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding?
You think I hang out with you because you're boring and you're not talented? Is that what you think? Because you're crazy if you do. No, I love your storytelling. You really have such a way of creating movement and emotion on the page that I don't see coming out of other books or other artists. So, well done, sir.
Thanks.
Keep it up.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. That's not new information for you. You know. You know. I was gonna say though, randomly, ADHD taking me back. Batman. I loved the animated series so much that I had my sheets and comforter and at one point pajamas were all Batman from that series.
I love that it was from that animated series because that was yeah.
It was so good.
You had more swag from a Batman than I ever did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my jam. That was my jam. I think I had Batman bed set. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bed set, and there was another one I can't recall. But I love that my mom was just right in there with me. Like, yeah, okay, you love this? Sure. Go ahead. Have your turtles. Have your Batman. There was never any pressure to not have those things.
When did you watch the movies of Batman?
We didn't. I don't remember going to the theater to see that first one.
Wait, well, you wouldn't have. I think that was 89.
Yeah, but whenever it came onto, I think it was HBO that it came onto. I watched it numerous times.
Nice.
Numerous times. Yeah. Michael Keaton is still like my favorite.
Did that pave the way to like when the animated thing started? You're like, yes.
Did it pave the way?
Like, did it make you a Batman fan? So then when the animated series started, you were kind of already ready.
I don't think so. They hit differently.
Oh, okay.
They hit differently. The mood of the animated series kind of gave me the same vibe as. Do you remember?
I'm literally just getting to use this as photo reference.
Oh no! Do you think?
Okay.
It just went out of my head when I looked at your pose. Dick Tracy.
Well, yeah. What about it?
Yeah. So.
The movie.
The movie Dick Tracy gave me the same kind of vibe as the Batman animated series, and I loved both. That kind of like noir, like this is a very different time, very different place, was so fun to me. And the Michael Keaton film didn't have that. It felt much. How would I describe that difference? It felt more showy than vibey, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, Tim Burton.
Oh, well, yeah. So, yes, exactly. Still love it, but just a very different energy. Like my heart is with the animated series more so than the films.
Oh, and that atmosphere you're talking about like the kind of Art Deco 20s, 40s vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm. They do a pretty good job of that in the new one. In the new Batman series.
Oh yeah. I need to dive into that.
Oh, you do. It's good. All of the costumes are based off the original comic. So Batman's got like longer ears and stuff.
Oh, which you love. You love those ears.
I'm a big fan of the ears.
Didn't you did a few pieces with those ears, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The run I got to draw on Detective, I gave him those ears, but you only see him like 5 times. Because that's how much Batman's in that story.
Is that the one with Catwoman?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right. Which again, you killed it.
Thank you.
It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
I'm glad I had this time from this thing. I'm gonna jump on the inks in a second, but like, especially since it's already. Oh no, we started at 6:30, not 6.
Yeah. How long do you go?
2 hours.
Okay.
I'm surprised there's not the. Are you sure it's public?
Yeah, it is.
That's interesting.
I'm watching it on YouTube.
Oh, nice. Hopefully, then with the next one and better promotion and all of that stuff, we'll have a lot more questions and a lot more, meaning some, from the viewers.
Yes. Any questions? Should I read you these
this
comments? Since I don't know if you can see them.
No. Wait, what?
Do you want me to read you the comments that are coming through?
Oh, there are comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's comments.
Oh, no, I can't see any of that stuff. Absolutely.
Ah, okay. Let's go. I'm gonna scroll back up a little bit, guys.
Yeah, that's literally
Hi,
the reason
everybody.
I have you here.
This is neat. This is very neat.
I didn't think anybody was here.
Dao or Deo. Sorry, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I did have some of the toys. He was asking, or they were asking, did you collect the toys too? And I don't know if you were asking me or Jason, but I'm going to say for me, I wouldn't say I collected them, but I definitely had the toys. I was never a collector in the sense of like, let's protect this. I was a collector in terms of let's go play with this as hard as we possibly can. And if a leg pops off, okay, then that becomes a part of the story. So, did you collect toys, Jason?
No, I bought toys.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay. Yeah. It makes sense. It shows that way in our kids too.
Yeah, G.I. Joes would often meet their demise in the campfire or with firecrackers.
Did you say with firecrackers?
Nope.
Please don't bring that to our children.
I didn't say anything. Was there other comments?
Oh, okay. I want them to keep all their fingers if possible.
Was there other comments?
Let's see. Mike says, were there stories in your childhood that really influenced you? Stories that put you in another world, that you went back to them over and over because you loved the stories? I don't know, again, if that was...
When I was a child?
Yeah. Any stories in your childhood that really influenced you?
Dark Crystal.
Do you know? I think I'm.
Oh yeah, I can see those. Do that stuff. Yeah, that's cool. We're learning. This is. I'm so glad. I really didn't think anybody was here, and so this is our first go at trying the new tech, and then we're fumbling a lot. But there's so many neat, fun things we're learning. So hopefully, be smoother as we go.
This is really
but
cool.
The Dark Crystal was. I was definitely young, and yeah, I loved it.
Dark Crystal.
And I would go back to that over and over. Anytime they would replay it, because I'm old, and so they would have to replay it.
That was what they did back then.
There was such thing as DVR.
You knew what season it was based on if The Wizard of Oz was on television or The Sound of Music. I can't remember what the other staples were, but those two really were like a yearly seasonal event on television.
When does Wizard of Oz? Was that Easter or was that Thanksgiving?
I don't remember. I just remember every time I was always confused when it would start because I would forget about the transition and I would think, I don't remember that this movie was black and white. every single time. They should have known I had ADHD back then. I don't know why this is a new discovery. Looking back, I'm like, oh, there was so much evidence. So much evidence.
So much evidence.
Let's see, another question. Robert the Bruce says, where I live, the first TMNT live action movie sold out so many days. It took me a week before I got to see it. I was crushed as a 7-year-old having to wait so long to see it.
That's true. I saw that in the theater.
Really?
Yeah, Secret of the Ooze.
And you still remember? Wow. I love that.
Yeah, man, it had the song and everything. That was the one with the Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go Ninja. We should have that playing in the background. I know you can't copyright and all that stuff.
Van Winkle would have her ass.
Dave Crosland says, is Jason drawing Botticelli or Caravaggio? I can't tell without the letter on their belts.
Pretentious.
I mean, you never know. How are you going to know? You know, you see the color of the mask. How are you going to differentiate?
I like Dave's choice of masters.
They did a really good job of differentiating between them in the current film, though. The style for each one of them was very distinct. I still don't know their names. Don't ask me that question. But
the current film, I think, is the most they've ever put most attention they've ever put to just pure character.
Right. Like
character driven stuff.
Mm-hmm. Their personalities, the voices, everything was really distinct.
And I still, anytime one of the kids uses the word, like says something like, "You got ratted out," I still correct them like Splinter did. Don't use the word that way.
Do you really?
I love it, and I really like the more, like I hate it normally when movies and comic book movies ground things too much, like the new Batman and stuff like that, the villains and all that. There's just no real majesty to it. It's a guy in an army coat. But I love the realistic, grounded way where this story handled everything. It's like, yeah, we tried to go up. People yelled at us. So we came back down.
That scene was great.
And he's a mutant rat. And so, of course, he's not going to know martial arts.
Right.
And in the 80s, that's where you found all the videos and stuff. And I loved it.
They answered so much. I mean, obviously, it's still ridiculous, but it's also the idea that if a rat could get turned into Rat Man, what would he then do?
I think they handled everything as you would handle it.
It was great. All the discoveries, the bonds, what they did with April O'Neil and her having so much anxiety around public speaking and
her being brilliant. Such a character, like they gave her a third dimension.
Absolutely. She wasn't just the cute redhead. Like,
right.
There was more. What else about this character?
With the design that made no sense. Like, put her in a yellow jumpsuit.
Well, I mean, but you love the style of that artwork too. It was all wonky. Everybody's head was.
I'm talking about the original April O'Neil.
Wait, what was wrong with the original April O'Neil?
She was in like a yellow jumpsuit.
That's cute. That's style. That's fashion. She was cute. What do you mean?
Stop it.
I'm gonna buy a yellow jumpsuit now and just be like, hey. Well, I guess I gotta get a red wig too. I probably have that. I probably got a red wig in there. Yeah, I don't care about that.
Who's a famous adult?
Who dresses as
April O'Neil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I hope she's doing well for herself.
I think she does.
It's a great character. You go, girl. Let's see. What else are people saying? Oh, dude, that detective Dow says, dude, that Detective Comics arc was beautiful. Love the long ears and exaggerated shoulders.
Thank you. I had to fight for those shoulders.
Really?
DC's are afraid of anything becoming canon. And so when I started, I drew all the curls, the cool back curls. And they, what is it? The editor basically they were like, you can't do that. He doesn't, Batman, people are going to think that that's a regular part of his costume, and all the other artists are going to have to draw it after that. And we don't want that. And
wow.
I had to tell the editor, and the editor had to tell higher ups that this is just Jason's interpretation. And there's no intention whatsoever of it becoming a thing.
Oh, wow.
But it had to be a discussion.
That's really
It
interesting.
couldn't have been just like, oh, that's a cool version.
Is that because their audience is so big, or is it because it's a very active audience, maybe?
Maybe.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I'm going to write them an email and be like, hey, guys.
Don't write them any.
No? Okay. No, I'll let it go. Okay. Let's see.
Is there more comments?
Yes, I'm looking. Cthulhu Hand Luke says, dead irons for life.
Nice.
That's
one I realized I didn't have on my shelf, and I'm waiting for a copy to arrive. No.
Oh, you don't?
No, it's one of those where like they did the collection just as a hardcover, I think. I don't even know if they did a paperback, and I don't think they did big numbers with it. And I never got copies.
Oh.
So I have one on order.
You still have some of the original artwork, right?
Huh?
You still have some of the original artwork from that, right? Okay. Oh, thank you, Dow. Dow, like Dow Jones. See, I should have just gone with my first instinct. Let's see. Thank you. Mike says, what is the slowest thing digitally that would be quicker traditionally?
Drawing. Wait, what?
The question,
I flipped it.
What is the slowest thing digitally that would be quicker traditionally?
Painting.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, if you're doing oil, there's a drying situation, but for the most part, I can make paint do what I want it to do faster traditionally.
Interesting. Is that because of your years of working with it, or is that because of what it is physically? Like, is there something about the paint itself that makes it faster, or is it because you
My
know
years
how
of
to move
working with
paint
it.
around?
Like I can paint faster traditionally, and get tons more depth and all of that stuff much faster than digitally. Digitally, it's a more of a thought process to apply layers and textures and stuff like that, where paint just kind of does it on.
Very interesting. I would not have guessed that.
Well, that's why he asked me.
I know. I see. I get it. He wasn't asking me.
That's why it was a question for me.
Okay, next one. Let's see.
Oh,
Corey
I'm gonna bump that. Sorry.
Oh, Corey is inking. Says, saw Jason's cover for the second print of Black Ritual. Stellar work.
Thank you. Congratulations to them, because I didn't know it was the cover to the second printing. So congrats on them already selling out the first issue.
That's really great.
Yeah, that was a fun cover. Every cover I get to do for those guys is fun.
Let's see what else. Another question from Mike. What elements of storytelling do you still struggle with when working on a project?
Editing. What information to give, what information not to give. Pacing, things like that. It's also fun. It's a fun challenge, but those are still the more challenging parts. Because part of me just wants to like just give a whole like exposition dump and then move on, so we can just go have fun. But that's not fun for anybody. So then it's the breakdown of like how do you show not tell, and so it's some structure stuff. I don't know. It just in general, there's nothing in particular that stands out for storytelling. It's just still storytelling in general. Always presents new and kind of fun challenges.
Okay. And let's see.
I'm gonna go dark with this.
Do it.
Sound effects.
I love it. I was about to say, yay, sound effects. Yes, Dave Crosland says it's great that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are actual teenagers in the newest film. Yes.
Yeah, it is the most thought out or the most thoughtful version of them, I think.
Absolutely. The way they interact with each other and the rest of the world. Yeah, I totally agree, Dave. It made it really fun.
Yeah. Hearing those voice actors really like the designs are great, but this is one of those instances where the animation and all that stuff is really fun, but those voice actors brought it home.
Mm-hmm. I think
like they just
actually teenagers.
It was more than that cherry on top. Like they really still added to those characters.
Absolutely. Let's see.
They were actually teenagers.
Okay. They were actually teenagers. That's what I thought. Thank you, Joe. It comes through.
Thank you, Mr. Shawn. Yeah.
It really does come through.
Especially what seems like the youngest one's voice. He's great.
Amato shared the show link on the Ink Pulp podcast Discord. Awesome.
Thank you.
Dow says, parenting was really hands-off back then. Didn't know my butt needed glasses till the 6th grade. Yes. Latchkey kids, we were doing things back then and taking care of ourselves in ways back then that I couldn't even imagine doing that with my kids right now. But I miss that. I wish it was more like that now. Oh man, I'm glad you got your glasses. I wish you got them sooner, but there were some benefits. Like, playing outside all the time, kind of coming home when the street lights would come on, or actually, what did you all do out in the country, Jason? Did you have the street lights thing? I'm being totally serious. I don't know what country
we had street lights, Nora.
But was that a rule?
I lived in the South. I didn't live in 1919.
I'm not saying. I didn't mean you didn't have street lights. I meant
yes, when the street lights came on.
Okay.
You went up. There was definitely a sense of independence, and you just couldn't like, oh, I'm going to be late. Let me call. Let me text. Let me do whatever. Like you had to show up, even if you were a troublemaker in your family. You still had to show up at a certain time.
Absolutely.
Because if nobody could get a hold of you, like 20 minutes and then cops would get called.
Yep.
So
It's so true.
it forced us to be more responsible, I guess, in a way.
And I think our kids, not just our actual children, but kids now, I think given the opportunity, kids could do that again too.
Oh,
I think.
given the opportunity, absolutely.
Yeah.
We just don't give them the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're also hooked on our phones, and you know, you leave home without your phone, you go back home to get your phone. Back
I'm
then, you
not.
just-
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, sir.
I don't care
Sure,
about technology in my phone.
sure, sir. Let's see what else. Any new projects coming to print, Jason? That's from Amato. Did you say yep?
Yep.
Then that's all you will know about. Yep.
A ton.
You don't have to tell it if you can't tell it.
No, I can. You can help me with that one. Maybe. There's going to be a crowdfunded thing starting. I believe the crowdfunding is going to be in June. It's going to be through the company called Zoop, ZOOP, and we are doing a 10 by 10 hardcover of Scrooge. I'm doing a full adaptation, illustrated book, not comics. And so it'll have something like 80 plates of art.
And it looks
and it'll be the whole
amazing.
Thank you. There's an amazing backstory to it. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff that we present along with it, but it's going to be this really cool 10 by 10 book, and it's going to come out for this Christmas, for this November, I believe. And then also, I think in October, I'm producing myself a collection of commissions and convention sketches. So those two things, potentially the Freak, will all be out this year.
And this is some of your best work.
Oh, thank you. I do agree with that part, for good or ill.
It couldn't possibly be ill. What are you talking about?
Because some
fantastic,
people's
and there's
best work
growth.
is still. No, it is some of my best work. I'm having a blast.
It comes through. You can see how much fun you're having in these pieces.
Yay.
No question.
I missed that part. It's good.
All of them, really and truly.
Oops.
Someone says, Louis Bond says, will you ever go to Boston Comic-Con again, or do you hate us?
Boston knows what it did.
Jason loves Boston.
I love
can't
Boston
help it.
too much. If Nona would let me, we would probably move there.
I mean, if unless Hollywood comes back to life, maybe we will. Maybe you'll get your wish, sir.
We'll
be a winter family.
Right. Here's your wish of shoveling the car.
Oh, don't do that. Don't bring me back. That's a dark time. You don't know what it's like to have to shovel your car out an hour or two before you have to even consider moving your car to make sure that all the ice melts. Terrible. Louis knows. If you ask him about Boston Comic-Con, you know Louis Bond. You know. Okay, what else? Thanks for coming back to YouTube. What was your favorite video you've made? From Cthulhu Hand Luke. Do you have a favorite video you've made?
Video that I've made? I'm sure I did. The ones that came out really good.
Whatever looks nice.
Spider-Man and Wolverine recently kind of sparked that whole thing of liking to draw 90s characters. You may even be able to see it on the YouTube channel. I'm not sure. If not, I'll repost it or something. But I did a Patreon a couple of years ago, and in some of the videos, my daughter is drawing right beside me, and I will pick her up and put her in the video and stuff like that. So those videos are my actual favorites, just because the kids.
Love that. Love that. Let's see. Eric Nieto says, an artist that we should know about that doesn't have a big following or fame. Do you have any recommendations, any suggestions, Jason?
I'm going to ask for a follow-up, Dead or Alive.
Oh, all right. I'll see if that comes up. And until I hear back, let's see.
Because some people are more famous posthumously.
That's true. It's very true. Corey is inking says, when working on Empty Zone, are you visualizing the pages as you go, or do you find yourself editing the story based on the art/visual storytelling?
The fun part is that you're getting to do it all at once. It's like sculpture in a way. I trade back, so story and things making sense and things lining up are first and foremost. So I will block out story, block out arcs, then knock that down into issues, what I want to happen in each issue. This is all handwritten stuff. Literally nothing gets typed up. And so once I have like an issue blocked into where I know the scenes, kind of like Marvel method, I go in and then kind of do both. I write in thumbnails, and as I'm writing the scene, or as I'm drawing the scene, I'm coming up with dialogue and handwriting that. And so that'll be a whole draft that way, and then it's refining, adding more time here, fix it, more or less words, more or less pictures. But the skeleton, is blocked in plot wise, and then I do script visually, thumbnails.
Thank you. Eric Nieto, as a follow-up, says, both if you can, but alive would be better. I'd like to follow someone I don't know about.
If you don't know Nicholas Uribe, Uribe, he is a phenomenal painter, alive. As well as Nick Runge, Runge. And you can find both of those dudes on Instagram.
Very cool. Let's see. Hey, Jason, does your Patreon have any painting tutorials? That's D. Hollier.
It did in the past, and it will in the future. You can find some painting videos. I wouldn't actually call them tutorials. So no, I guess not tutorials, but there will be. We have planned for more live streams like this, and then there will also be a teaching tier introduced, one-on-one lesson stuff.
Awesome. Someone asked about your pen, and then it was answered as the Pilot Parallel pen.
You don't know my pens.
I didn't answer it.
Guys, just letting out all my secrets that I'm just putting on camera.
Just share with everyone.
Yep, Pilot Parallel pen.
Hey, Aunt Pam is here. Hello.
Nice. Hi. I hope you're doing well.
Let's see. Okay, you have another comment here. Anita Shower. I love it. What's up, guys? Fan of David Cho's work? David Cho, is he the one who, David Cho, is he the one who's acting now?
Yeah.
Did you say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He was in that show.
Yes. Beef.
That Lily or
Beef.
Beef.
Yeah.
What's her name? The creator.
Oh gosh. What is her name? You said Lily, and that took me out of it.
Yeah, she's goddamn brilliant.
Yeah, she is. I think season 2's coming out soon.
Oh, well.
What is her name? Why can't I find her name? Ali Wong. There it is.
Ali.
I love her so much. If you guys haven't seen Beef, it's fantastic. Didn't I meet? I feel like I
Cho-
met David
I'm
Cho
not a
years
huge
ago.
fan of the art.
Mm.
I don't know. Through some of his own personal stuff that he's done and said online, I'm not a fan. But I mean, he's got skill. It's just not
It's not your cup of tea.
my cup of tea.
It's like when I think we were talking about this recently. Sometimes when you show me an artist who you absolutely love, and then my face is just like, I don't see it at all.
Yeah.
What you're excited about. It's like,
That happens.
it happens. It happens.
Cho and I came from the same people, which is kind of funny.
What do you mean?
His influences are a lot of my influences.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of Kent, a lot of Baron's Story.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He studied under Baron.
I mean, it makes sense looking at his art. Like, it makes sense. I just love Baron so much.
Yes.
Let's-
Who's there?
I'm looking.
Are there others?
Eric Nieto says, thank you for the Urabe suggestion. He's awesome. Already was following Runge.
Nice.
Oh, Kay says, thoughts on Jim Mahfood?
Oh, my brother from another mother.
Love Jim.
Jim's the man. Jim is one of the few artists that can draw so seemingly polar opposite of me. But we rock on collaboration pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it makes no sense why our work should work so well together, but it does. And I love that dude.
It's really true.
And other than just like that, to the wonderful thing about Jim Mahfood is that I will still go and pick up a book every once in a while when I'm feeling stuck, because I don't think there's a freer artist making comics and illustration than that guy. He puts pen to paper, and it doesn't matter whether it's like a blue chip deal or a comic, a convention commission. He's just going to do it and go ape shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he does it so well that anytime, I get stuck, I look at that and I'm like, I'm in my own way. And then I'll go and cut loose.
I love that. Yeah, it makes sense with his personality as well. Just a very like free and open kind of energy.
Yeah, I just don't see a lot of stiffness or holding back.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Mahfood's art. I love it.
Yeah.
And he's good people, and that's a rare.
Oh, he's great. He's really great. I miss him. Miss seeing him regularly.
Yeah.
Cthulhu Hand Luke says, do you still use quill pens?
No, I haven't in a long time. I have mine still over there. But as a matter of fact, I thought I was gonna like break out some of those in a commission once. But it was too early on. I wasn't ready. I wasn't used to doing commissions again.
Mhm.
And so now I think I could pull them back out and enjoy it more. But yeah, still, if memory serves, there's still nothing better than quills.
I feel like every time you've taken a break from quills and then go back to it, you have this like, how did I stop this? Oh my gosh, the way that it grips the paper and the this and that, like it's always new again.
Yeah,
And you fall right back in love with them again.
I love them. They're the best thing for ink.
Let's see. Quill pens. Another question from Dow. I know you get down with paint, but do you like to dabble in watercolors?
I like to dabble in gouache and ink wash. Watercolors, and I have yet to agree.
How so?
It's like acrylic. It's something about it is too watery. As silly as that sounds. I don't know. I just haven't. I start building and layering up with watercolor, and then at some point, every time I go too far, and then it either becomes like mushy or garbledy. Like I'm just not. It's not been my medium. I like washes where I can throw on like a gray or a red and kind of tone, but full out watercolor pieces, I have them that I've done, historically, but no, it's not a preference in the least. Gouache is kind of like watercolor, but it's you can get more texture and it's more opaque. It's thicker.
Okay.
I blame being an oil painter for that.
You said ink washes as well?
Yeah.
What is an ink wash?
It's just the like black ink that you throw in water, start toning, pulling, just manipulating a lot of the ink with water. It's still kind of a gray toned.
Okay.
Watercolors, of course, color. Never been strong with color.
When you allow yourself to play with color, you are.
I appreciate that.
It's just the truth. Dave Crosland says, Mahfoud's Savage Street Vigilante is the most bonkers comic I've seen in a while. Highly recommend.
That's fantastic. That's his new Kickstarter comic.
Savage Street Vigilante. That is a tongue twister for me.
That's it. That is him just cutting loose and doing his thing.
I want to see it. I gotta get it. And then Kay says he is a design layout monster. Talking about Mahfoud. Let me see if I missed any questions. Someone, Mike earlier asked, I don't think I said this. Thanks for doing this live stream. Is this piece printed on Blue Line or light boxed? Was that question a while ago?
Printed on Blue Line. But I printed it too light, and so then I had to repencil. Oops. If anybody's needing advice, 20%, not 17.
Oh, well, that's pretty close.
Yep. Horseshoes and hand grenades. That's it. Not close enough.
Let's see. Any more questions? Corey is inking says, will you be bringing your kids back on for coloring on the new arc of Empty Zone?
No.
What?
I should.
You totally should. Great question, Corey. I think that children should be involved.
I didn't say they wouldn't be involved. I just said they wouldn't be colored. I'm gonna have Aiden on character design.
He's really good. He's really good. He loves to draw monsters so much. I mean, did I send you the picture today? He's a half zombie. He had me do his face paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did great.
Thank you.
I like it when we go out and people are asking what the event is that Aiden has his face done up as a zombie, and we're like, it's Tuesday.
It's just the day. Had to bring out all the tools. And then I forgot while I was walking the dog that I was a half skeleton. He did my face paint.
Oh.
I forgot until I walked back into the house. I thought people were just being friendly. No, they were I was getting looks, but I thought, oh, get some cute today. And then I got in the house and it was half my face was a skeleton.
Ah,
So,
that'll do it.
It'll do it. It'll do it. Let's see. Another question from Cthulhu Hand Luke. You ever consider doing painting workshops? Yeah, Jason,
Yep.
do you ever consider that?
I'm not talking to you.
Is that something you consider, Jason?
Yeah.
Okay. I harass him about doing that all the time. That's why I'm getting close to the camera.
I'm getting better and more open to those types of things. So expect it sometime.
You did a workshop while we were in Greece that was really great. I think that one was on shadows and lighting.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh, I could do one of those for painting.
Yeah. I think you should. It really was great. The people were so engaged, and you did a really wonderful job teaching. I was seeing Professor Jason up there.
Oh. No, this is live.
We're all adults. No, but you really did a great job. That's why I harass you to do them more often. So thank you for that question, Cthulhu Hand Luke. I think he should. Let's see. Oh, Corey is inking, says, love seeing all the optical illusions you paint on your son.
Ah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Whole hand, as it's called here.
That is what it's called in the house, whole hand. Thank you. He little man will come out and he'll say, Daddy, whole hand? And I was like, oh. So, because it's not like he's asking like for a drawing of something. He's like, Daddy, put conscious effort into making this look like an illusion. Like,
but they've gotten so much better. You've paid even more attention.
well, you do anything more and more, like, yeah, you get better at it. So, but and now I just got to find some kind of way to capitalize on it. It can't just be something I do for my son.
You got to make money. Clearly, you got to post about it and do something, or else it didn't happen.
Like,
That's
does
how
it
it
even
works.
matter if I didn't?
Share, share, share. It is really funny that he's so into these things, though. That to be so little and to see how much drawing is just naturally a part of him already is really interesting. If it makes me feel like I'm seeing little Jason.
Little Jason, I agree, because I feel like I'm watching myself grow up with today's resources versus what I had back in the late 70s. You know, he's growing up with YouTube and seeing these guys do the art, and he's growing up with so much more exposure to so much art and stuff that it took me years to find. So it's really cool to see what that would look like nurtured even more so early on,
Mm-hmm.
because our kids are so creative.
They really are. They really are. Uh-oh. Is someone knocking on the door? Hello? Oh, it's the dog. She's waiting for me outside the door. She's making noises. Let's see. Dave Crosland says, what aspect or aspects of making comics brings you the most joy? It's a great question.
The most joy. See, I like that this is hard because I'm literally going through all these elements and they all bring me joy. But probably that stage of like I thoroughly enjoy laying out the story when I'm scripting, because it's like I'm getting to watch a movie like form in front of you. Not that the whole thing was shot, but it's just forming, and I'm just enjoying, because I know where it's supposed to go because I have the plot or whatever. And so I'm doing those layouts. And then, and you know what, it's that early stage of penciling, because that's where the storytelling starts coming to life, the characters start existing, and the world starts to actually form. And it's everything up until then is like really fast and sketchy and you're moving, but now it feels like you're making a comic. You know, on that day you're penciling things, and you know, you have reference, and people are not just the circles and crosses on their faces, they're actual faces giving expressions and things like that. That's the best part, because you're still in that early stage where you know, you can't really fuck up, and it's just pure drawing and exploration and refining, and then everything else after that is like cleaning up and presenting it. But that stage penciling is when it really starts feeling like you're drawing a comic. My second favorite thing other than inking is seeing it lettered, because for me, like, I'm drawing a comic, I'm not drawing art for art's sake. And so once I see the lettering and the word balloons on it, I'm 15 again. I'm like, I made a comic. And it happens every time.
Really?
Every time it's on the stands, every time I see it for the first time lettered, yeah. More so than colored or anything. Like it's the lettering that makes it a comic book to me.
That final piece, or close to final piece.
It's that iconic cultural thing. Word balloons. We have word balloons. That's a comic book. And so once they put word balloons on my thing, I'm like, I'm a comic book. I did a thing.
That's great. Great question.
Yes.
Kate Blue says, is New Empty Zone a sequel or a reboot?
Sequel. A sequel that will wrap up things. And one of the hardest things with Empty Zone was finding a way to basically relaunch a series without doing a reboot. I like what I did already at Image, and so I'm just building on top of that. So it took a minute to figure out a way to introduce the world anew, and also satisfy readers from the previous stuff. And I did it.
And you totally did it.
And it's going to be, I say it's going to be, like, I'm 5 pages away from finishing issue 1. And so it's my favorite Empty Zone iteration to date.
It's so good, you guys.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that it is a sequel.
And you can thank her for it because she's the one who pushed me to get it out of copyright hell and to bring it back.
I remember when I first saw those pages, I was like, what is this? And why isn't there more of this? When was that?
It was
Man,
early on because
it
at
was
that
early
time
on.
I was a fine artist
That's right.
and I didn't do that as much anymore.
That's right. That was the thing. And I found those pages, and it was the original Empty Zone, right?
Yeah.
And I was blown away. There was so much fun and action and drama, and I was like, wait a minute. I know we're going to galleries, and you got gigantic, amazing paintings going, but what is this story? And I harassed him quite a bit because it was really good.
She did. And she made me get it where I could do Empty Zone again.
And now still doing Empty Zone, and this most current work is just, oh, I can't wait for people to see it.
Yay.
No, it's the truth. Oh yeah, Corey is in King says, thank goodness that new Empty Zone issue wasn't totally lost.
No, I think that was roughly about 1 week, about 6 pages that were gone. So it hurt my heart, but you can lick your wounds from something like that and come back.
Yeah, that was definitely a rough moment. Like, wait, it's gone, but then not everything, thankfully.
Yeah.
And the new stuff is even cooler.
Absolutely. It worked out.
Let's see, any more questions? Oh, here we go. What music do you jam to when you draw versus paint? From Cthulhu Hand Luke.
A lot of metal, a lot of industrial when I'm drawing, a lot of blues and jazz when I'm painting.
Yeah, you were mostly listening to blues when we first started dating. And Tom Waits.
Yeah. I just did a post on Instagram. I was talking about that last exhibition I did at 101. And that whole show, the only thing I listened to was Bitches Brew on repeat.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
But when I'm drawing specifically comics, it's a different side of myself. It's really it's kind of activating the fun part. And so then I listen to like old 9-inch, the stuff I listened to when I was really breaking in and starting to draw comics, like 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, Slipknot.
Things I was not listening to.
Right. Yeah. And also being a very different thing from, blues and jazz.
Yeah. Both
and
very
then,
emotive though.
Yeah. And movie scores. Movie scores are fantastic for painting and drawing. Blade Runner 2040, whatever, is one of the best ones.
Mike says, any more Philadelphia in the future?
Yes. That's all I'm saying, but yes.
Yes. Love that. Good answer. Let's see. Okay. Any chance, this is from Corey is inking, any chance there will be a deluxe hardcover of the first 2 Empty Zone arcs in the future? Really appreciate the larger art like in the Philadelphia Deluxes.
Yep.
questions, good answers.
These things are on the board.
And another question from Dow. How frequently do y'all plan on doing these YouTube live streams?
Every week. But this is the only one we're doing for free. We do them through my Patreon. But every week. And as a matter of fact, it's every week that we'll be doing these. But then also somewhere in the middle of the week, I do a solo where it's just me doing digital art during the workday.
It's wonderful because people have so much access to, questions and seeing your work and, getting advice. This is great.
Oh my God. When I first started, I'm just literally emailing George Pratt from his website and hoping to get a response in a day or two. And then trying to ask questions and learn that way. So, I mean, like, there wasn't this. There weren't live streams and podcasts and stuff. Right. I love the accessibility now. I think it's so fun for the artist because we're not just, I'm here in the studio, but like, it's nice to interact.
Yeah, because it's such a solo form of creating.
Yeah.
Like unless you're working on storyboards with the director right there, so much of what you do is solo.
So when I get home and the kids start yelling and all of that, I'm just like, oh. Takes me, when I get home, I have to adjust volume levels.
Loud noises.
I get into dad mode.
Yeah, because they're not gonna wait for you to catch up. They will not. I had another question. Live streams. Oh, it's gone. Hopefully it'll come back.
Oh, it was your question?
Yeah, it was my question. I got caught up in the volume conversation. The storyboarding work. I don't know. Do people know that you do storyboards?
I do storyboards.
Yes. But do you find it to be very similar to what you do otherwise? Do you find it to be very different than doing your comic work?
It was more different than I expected it to be. I like to say that it was like the same language, but a different accent. Storytelling, but in a slightly different way. And once I got the hang of it, I love it. Storyboarding to me is like the that part of comics that I said was my favorite part. Like I'm roughing it out and rendering it up so where it looks like it's going to be real. And then what's awesome about storyboards is like then you can stop. like it's only the fun part. You don't have to go back in and render up everything and all of that. Like it's pure energy.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. And as long as it's understandable and is clear to the director and producer.
Yeah. And at almost 30 years in comics, I'm pretty instinctive about storytelling. So I know what to, a lot of times I know what to add and things like that to convey something quickly. And so, yeah, storyboarding to me is like, it's just easy money. It's so fun.
You have a gift for it too. Like you said, because of all of your years working on storytelling, making things clear. And you're very good at getting that on the page quickly. That really stands out.
I don't know where that part comes. Maybe it's from conventions. And I feel like I'm trying to like get a drawing out for somebody before they get bored.
That's interesting.
Because it's,
Are
I
you-
mean, some of it is deadlines and all of that, but for the most part, I draw fast, but it's not for deadlines.
Well, you also draw fast because you see it. Like if if we're out to eat and you say, "What should I draw?" and I say a random thing, like a hippo tying its shoelaces, you draw that hippo tying its shoelaces so quickly that I'm like, how did you? First of all, I said nonsense, and then you made it appear. How?
She's not lying. This is the stuff she comes up with.
I want to see
A
it,
hippo.
and I know he can do it. So, but also your concept design work. Do people know you do concept design?
I do concept. I did concept design and storyboards recently for 2 music videos for the weekend.
Yes.
Which was pretty great.
And if you haven't seen the videos, you should go check it out.
They're called the one to search for is called Red Terror.
Yeah.
And that's my concept design and storyboarding. And a brilliant rest of the production team, Eddie Alcazar directing and all that.
They really did bring your art to life. That was wild.
That was nuts.
They stayed so true to what you drew that seeing it move was just kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I hope you do more of that.
Yeah.
No, we both said it. Because I mean, like even your gross stuff is really gross, and so to see it move,
Didn't know where you were going with that. I
it
appreciate
was a lot. No, I mean it's it was gross. That's what it was. Well, not gross. No, yeah, some of it's gross.
Supposed to be gross.
What's a better word? Yeah.
Gross is fine.
All right. I'll keep that there. I really would love to see you do more concept design work. What was the other film that you did concept design for?
Divinity.
Say it again.
Divinity.
Thank you. That monster.
Starring Stephen Dorff.
Check out Divinity. Check out the weekend video. What was the weekend video name again?
Red Terror.
Red Terror. I'm very proud of you, young man. Mike had to leave, but says thank you.
Mike couldn't hang.
Well, we did start later, right?
Yeah, about half an hour.
Yeah. I was getting things set
We're
up
about
on this end.
At the hour and a half mark. I know I'm not going to do a fully finished piece tonight. We'll get there. Let's see if we can at least do. It's been like another 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay. Oh, I made it too big and now I can't see the chat if anybody says anything. I think those were all the questions. I don't think I missed anything. Did I miss anything, Joe?
No.
Thank you, Joe. How would you feel if Aiden decided to go into art full time? What do you think about that?
That would be both amazing and I don't know. I would like it. I feel like I have a lot of good stuff to good advice. Like, when you say like I've made all the mistakes.
Mm.
I feel like I could really help. If either of the kids went into art, I feel like I could genuinely help guide in a really positive way.
That would be beautiful. I would love that. And it would be 3 generations at that point.
Yes. I didn't know nothing.
You did.
I goofed up everywhere along the way.
Everybody does. That's how you learn. Get
You're
them
gonna
up.
do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon voice.
Huh?
We need some voiceover work.
Oh, I would don't play with me. I would lose my mind if I get to be on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. Listen.
You were one of the voices on the episode of Cuphead, and he was pretty excited.
Oh yeah, it's so fun and silly. I got to play a turkey farmer. What even is that? What? And they chose the silly version of the voice. So happy. So happy. Uh-oh, I cut out. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can't see you.
Uh-oh. It's doing some stuff. Okay, are you back there?
What's going on?
It keeps cutting out on my end. It keeps freezing and cutting out. I
Like
can
the
still see you
Oscars,
drawing.
They're playing you off.
I'll take it. That means I won an Oscar, so it's fine. We have a question from Matt Nick 1983. When you first start sketching, are you imagining the finished image in your mind? Pencils, inks, colors? Or do you go through a stage type mindset?
I do have a finished idea in my mind, but to get there, I don't really make a strict map. My assistant Joe and I were talking about this the other day. It's like when I watch videos and stuff of other artists, everything makes sense at every stage along the way. Oh, it lost Dinora's camera.
Yeah, it keeps cutting out your camera for me.
Oh, weird.
But I can still see you drawing the whole time.
Okay. Because everybody kind of makes sense. Oh.
I still see her on mine.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
I never lost either of you.
Okay, good.
The structure of the drawings and all of that stuff, then they render on top of it and they ink on top of it. But we're talking about like when you come from like more of a paintery kind of a thing, I'm actually working up similar elements around the whole piece. So if I'm going in with like thick line, I'm going in with thick line on every part that would need thick line. And then when I'm going scratchier outlines, I kind of do. So my pieces tend to come together is probably the best way to it. Like, as opposed to just build into a finish. There, like, I'm aware of the chaotic stages it's going to go through, and I'm always hoping it lands someplace on the other side of it. But I do have what I want to do in my head. But I feel like even in ink drawings, I go about it like I'm painting. I don't just, because I've seen everybody, like, they'll just do a fully rendered figure in the foreground and build it or work on each figure. But I lost my life.
Oh, no, I'm here. I was just listening. I was enjoying the answer as well. Let's see. Dave Crosland. Which episode of Cupheads? I think it's called The Ice Cream Man. The Ice Cream Man. I think that's what it's called. It's in the second season of Cuphead.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You're like
Very
a turkey farmer that's also a turkey.
Yes. Oh, right. I forgot. Yes. I'm a turkey farmer. Well, it is Cuphead, so.
Or maybe I mistook it. I was thinking that when you said turkey farmer, you meant somebody that farms or raises turkeys. But your character is actually a turkey that's a farmer.
Who's a farmer? Yes.
That's what I was good enough.
I got you. Yes, a turkey who is a farmer. Yes. Maybe that's what I should be for Halloween. Nobody will get it though, but it'll be fine. I'll get it. Let's see. Greetings from Peru. Love your work. Nigromant.
No, you can't say that.
Shut your face. Dow says, are you using the original parallel pen cartridge or do you refill them with your own ink?
Refill with my own ink.
I'm learning so many things. This is great.
I do keep one set that has original ink in them because I like doing ink washes with them.
And so you switch them when you know you're not doing any washes?
I try to keep two sets, one with ink, one with waterproof ink. Oh, so the difference in the original ink is that it's not waterproof.
Mm.
And so you can do a cool drawing and then hit parts of it with water and it's going to pool and you can do ink washes with it. It's really beautiful. But you can't put white gouache on top of it, which is what I like to use for highlights. And so I refill the cartridges with waterproof rapidograph ink. And I have waterproof ink.
Good question. Great answer. Let's see. Cthulhu Hand Luke. Besides a toothbrush, do you use a sponge, ink, or any other tools?
I use a sponge sometimes. I use razor blades sometimes. And I've made a really cool rubber stamp thing that I'm going to show you guys one day.
It is great. It's true.
But I don't use near the amount of stuff that Sienkiewicz does. Sienkiewicz is a psycho. I've seen pictures and it's a lovely space, but I imagine when he's actually making art, it looks much like Breaking Bad.
Does he really use that many things?
He uses a lot. He'll use different materials all over the place. And then, like, I'll always remember this one conversation we were having at a live art event, and he was showing me these colored pencils, and he was like, "Yeah, man, they're not waterproof." And so when you color with these and you spray it with water, and then it started becoming kind of milky, and I was like, "Dude, that's amazing! How you figured that out?" And he goes, "Oh, it's great, because then if you put lighter fluid in this, it starts melting." I was like, "Shut up, shut up."
What?
So once he talked about melting pastels with lighter fluid and things like that, I was just like, "You, sir, make art on a whole different plane."
That's very cool. He's really playing and just making discoveries.
Yes, he is the quintessential like illustrator, fine artist, just throwing everything at it. It's great.
That's so great. That makes sense with his personality.
Makes sense what?
Makes sense with his personality.
Yeah.
He's such a sweet, just genuine person.
Yeah, inquisitive, caring, like he's yeah. It builds his curiosity and all that is, I think, what sets him apart.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, Dave Crosland found the episode. Let me know what you think. And I miss you, Dave. Haven't seen you in forever. Let's see. What is the best way to make a composition that has heavy shadows, but that feels balanced and not like you've spilled a bucket of black as an accident? That's Negromont.
Yeah, I mean, balance is the word. I tell you what, for when you're talking about that kind of compositions, what I can suggest is that you check out Frank Frazetta and Mike Mignola. Both guys, killer compositions with heavy shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Studying their work will show you how to balance that stuff out. Because that's what I do. I study them.
Perfect examples.
Because it also helps in that Mike Mignola was essentially trying to do what Frank Frazetta was doing in oil paint. Mike was trying to accomplish that in ink. So he was always trying to figure out how to nail these really cool shadowed compositions, but he was more of a draftsman than he was a painter. And so his main goal was trying to translate Frank Frazetta into line art. And he did.
Very interesting. I love knowing that.
Yeah. I think I locked my dude out. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. Hello again. Erickson K says, saludos from Mexico. Amazing work.
Thank you. Saludos.
And I don't know. Slipped Gaff 420. Am I close? Hello. I saw you live earlier when I was at work and very impressed. I'm home now and noticed the mutant mayhem poses in the image. In the Mirage cartoon style. I love it. Cowabunga. Cowabunga, dude.
I love it. So, as we're finishing up, I'm going to do a little bit of fun stuff.
Oh,
We'll call it.
let me go full screen. There we go. Oh, it looks great. I've had it smaller on the side, so I didn't really get to see.
Oh, nice.
This is awesome. Did someone teach you to use the toothbrush like that?
No. I don't remember. I truly don't remember who finally ensmartened me to the toothbrush. Because my first, I tried. I thought spatter was done with airbrush. I thought it was. See, I didn't have someone doing live streams to just tell me it was a stupid toothbrush. I had to buy all of this stuff.
BRB.
Oh. I had to buy a whole bunch of stupid stuff and trial and error. And so even though I will finish this another time, I still want to play at least a little bit with spatter so you guys can see some fun stuff. Did you die?
My saliva tried to kill me on camera. I think I almost died. Too much excitement. I asked the question and then I like almost died. So sorry, guys. My curiosity literally almost killed me. You see? It's not just the cat. It's humans too. Did I miss any other questions? Damn, this came out so dope. I agree, Dave Crosland. Aunt P says amazing masterclass.
Thank you.
Nigromont says, when you work with Mike, did you have a difficult time with Red's dressing when drawing him like you imagined he would look like?
So how did it happen? I was in the middle of drawing Ape Sapien, and then they wanted to do this Hellboy one shot that went along with the video game. So then I was like, cool, I'll actually get to draw Hellboy. And so it was called They That Go Down to the Sea in Ships. And it's in some of the collections. And so I did my first version. And so Mike, we're on the phone, and he was like, hey, Hellboy doesn't really have feet that big, and Hellboy doesn't really have the lines on his face like that. And really, and he would do more of a something else in like one of the scenes. And I was just kind of quiet, and I could hear him just listening. He's like, what? Say it. And I was like, it's just kind of spit out. I was just like, it kind of sounds like you just want to draw it yourself. So, and he's like, I get it. But he's like, I'm actually talking about anatomical, not stylistic differences. And so essentially, I understood what he meant. He had Hellboy didn't have certain creases on his face that I was drawing and all that. So it made sense. So, he knows what his characters look like, but he wasn't like a tyrant about it. I did make the changes, and the weird irony is that Dark Horse fucked up and printed my original pages.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah. I told the editor that. I was like, dude, out of all that kerfuffle, like, you guys still printed the wrong pages. And he was like, what?
Oh, no.
Like, they didn't even know until I told them. Fun stuff in the comic world.
Do you have copies of those?
I do.
Okay, good. Let's see.
Oh, these are not the best water brushes.
What are they doing that's problematic?
They have these little extra hairs that are going beyond the brush.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine were like that too.
It's garbage. How dare they?
I wonder if you could put them in
The trash?
hot water. No, if you put them in hot water and then it'll make the bristles go back to the way they're supposed to be.
You
Not like
put them in the
boiling
trash
water.
after that.
Or the trash.
Oh, here's one that might
The first says, you taught me about the toothbrush.
Well, that's the only way to keep your teeth clean.
I knew that's where that was gonna go.
Oh no! I'm also realizing that I did this piece with the ink that is not waterproof.
It's good to know that now.
Just because you've drawn comics for 30 years. You know what? We got backups.
You're always ready, always prepared.
Start on.
Dow says that one shot rocked so hard I had to hunt eBay for that comic.
What shot?
Was it Hellboy that we were talking about when that one came
Oh,
out?
thank you. Thank you. That was with all these little folk tales and historical things, I got to learn about Blackbeard.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a Hellboy story, but it was a Blackbeard story. And that's where I learned that he was a terrifying dude. He genuinely put hemp wicks sticking out of his beard and his hat, and he would light them on fire when they would attack other ships just because it made him look more intimidating.
Oh wow.
He'd be sword fighting with wicks just sizzling around his head.
That's insane.
These people existed.
That's wild. How do you even control that? What did he dip? Where did he get the wick? What's it made out of? How do you not burn yourself up in battle?
Those are the secrets of the high seas.
But now my mind's going to be spinning around them for a really long time.
Sorry.
A really long time. Probably too long. No, it's okay. I'll hyper focus on it later if I remember. We'll see. It might be gone in a moment, but right now it feels really important to me. Let's see. More questions. Nigromont says, of all the titles you've worked on, are there any of them you'd like to go back and change because you feel like you didn't have the knowledge you've got now?
Yeah, I did 2 issues of a book called Gotham Central, and I'd go back and fix those. This is just young, different kinds of deadlines. I don't think it was my best work.
I don't know if I've seen that.
You haven't, because it's not my best work. I'm not going to show you that.
Well, now I want to see it.
I still need you to be attracted to me. I can't show you bad art.
No, I need to see it. I need to see it. And you got to keep it so you can show the kids. See, we all learn and grow and change.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious.
It's in Gotham Central is not an obscure book. It's in compendiums.
What was the one I really liked? The Killing Joke?
Uh-huh.
Was
the story?
Is that one you did? Did I make that up?
That I did? No.
No, that you did. It was for the Batman video game.
Oh yeah, the Arkham thing I did.
Yes, I really dug that.
That was fun.
Your Joker is one of my favorite Jokers.
I thank you. Yeah, I had more fun doing him on that one than I did when I did back on Detective Comics.
What was the difference?
He was walking around.
That would do it.
My Detective Comics run, he was goddamn shackled and drugged for the entire thing. No, that's a lie. He was dead for 2 issues.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Makes sense.
They're like, you get to draw Batman again. I'm like, not really.
Are there any figures based on your work? If not, is there a piece of art you'd love to see a figure or a sculpture of?
There is not. But I would like to change that in the coming years for Corinne for Empty Zone, and I would love to. I feel like there's going to be some good attention on the Freak, and I think I'm kind of hoping Todd is going to want to make a toy.
Oh man, I'm excited for people to see this. That should totally be a toy.
This series is nuts. I can't wait for you guys to see that.
You do have a very cool. It's not for sale, but you do have a very cool arm mock-up. Corinne's arm.
I do. An amazing fan and collector built me. He's a metalsmith, and he built me an actual metal Corinne cybernetic arm.
And it moves.
It moves. It's not like a little one. He's like it's actually like life size. Might be easily is the coolest gift I've gotten about Empty Zone.
You should have that on your wall.
It is. Well,
I mean on the wall where we can see.
Oh. Next time.
Yeah, next time. Okay, this piece is looking so badass.
We see once you the problem with whiteout now, and I used to just do it, but now I've gotten so used to the gouache in my water brushes. But painting with whiteout is so much like finger painting.
Doesn't it dry quickly? So you have to work quickly as well?
Very much.
Kate Blue says, use a Bic pen and not Presto? That's bold.
It's not bold. I hate Presto. I don't understand how Presto got so goddamn popular for being nowhere near as good.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like them.
They're another
I saw
barrel
everybody
opener?
using them, so I was a lemming, and I just bought a case of them. Hated the case.
You're like, no.
I was like, why are you guys using this?
What's one of the differences? Is it the way that it?
I don't like the tip. It's you can't get it solid. I don't know. You can't. The microphone is good. I'm sorry.
You're drumming.
No, I just not my brand.
I feel you. Is there a particular whiteout pen you like? Ah, there it is. This is looking very, very cool. And then does this one just come to our house and live with us forever, or?
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to, but I think you should. Totally. I think you should.
As soon as it spends a little time on Big Cartel,
Oh,
it can come right home.
oh, it's never going to come home. Well, I'm glad I saw it here. That's nice.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. I'll do that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm gonna. Let me see.
I don't see it. I don't think we missed any questions.
Okay.
And we're just at the 2-hour mark. I don't know what you're.
Then let's close it down. You see me? It's like at the end of a convention. I'm trying to speed up. I'll show the final of this online.
Sorry, I got distracted watching it happen. This has been really fun.
This was fun. I'm glad you did this with me. We should do it again.
I think we should too. This
Like
is a
next
good
week
time.
even.
Yeah, same place. Same
Sounds
bat
good.
time, same bat channel.
On Patreon.
What?
Oh, on Patreon.
Except on Patreon.
That's right.
Still be the same shenanigans.
You
Let me
shenan
see if there's
once,
actually.
you will shenan again. Oh, Kate Blue is asking, any tips on skincare routine?
On what?
Skincare.
My wife makes a really good line of oils and deodorants called Noramade, Noramade, and
It's
that's
true.
my best suggestion.
It's true. It's very good for your skin. Very good.
Okay, so
And
I'll post up on Instagram and Patreon what this thing looks like at the end. But we're going to be doing this weekly, and things will get smoother. We'll potentially have guests. I'll draw a little faster. But this was all a really fun first go around to see what we can do instead of just me sitting here alone talking what feels like to myself. This was a blast.
this
So-
was so fun.
Everybody that wants to support and everybody wants to join us on many other drawings and many other conversations, join Patreon so we can keep doing this, because the lovely Nora will be back, because I truly enjoyed talking to her while I'm drawing.
This is so fun. It really
So
is.
now I'm going to pack up and go home
Yay!
to where she is.
Come on over here. Thanks for all
All
the
right.
amazing questions, you guys.
Yeah, thank you for your questions. Thanks for all of this. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you next week.
Cowbunga dudes. I got to say it. Bye.